It really comes down to what's the reason for being for the company. What's your higher order reason for being? And generally that's related to whatever your company's vision is. That's where you start. That's got to be your starting point. From there, then it's about, well, what are your barriers? What are the barriers that you as a business experience to achieving that higher order reason for being? And they can be social, economic, they can be environmental. So it's really about mapping out what are those barriers, and then really kind of rating them or ranking them in terms of, if you could remove one of them today that was going to make such a big difference to the pathway for your business to commercial success, what would it be? And then if you then think about the barriers from your stakeholders' perspective, so what does the community think? What do other stakeholders like suppliers and customers, consumers, where are they at? At some point you'll find there's an intersection where the barrier that you're finding is the biggest issue for you is also the same issue for those stakeholders, and that's your sweet spot really. That's how you land on where you should put your efforts in terms of your partnerships. It's really about getting to the root cause of the barrier, and it's not about putting a band-aid on an injury, to use that analogy. It's really about saying, how can we prevent the injury? Then the second part is, who else in the community is looking at the same issue in the same way that you want to? Because that's where you find the partnership that's really meaningful. So obviously alcohol misuse is a fundamental issue for our business. We want our products to be used the way they're intended, and that's for sociability and celebration, not for harm in the community or families or to individuals. So when we think about what's behind that harm, one of the things that we've done a lot of work in identifying is the relationship between risky behaviour and a lack of social connectedness. And we know that sort of social dislocation, social unconnectedness is really fundamental to the way that people manifest behaviours around suicide, substance misuse, and crime and violence, really, and antisocial behaviour. And so when we look at the populations who, if you like, suffer most from that sense of social disconnectedness, young people really come into the frame. And so we looked around to say, who are the organisations in New Zealand who are doing really good work in helping equip young people with the wherewithal and the social skills and the sense of self-worth and self-efficacy, if you like, so that young people don't move into adulthood with the lack of what it takes to have a meaningful life in adulthood. And the Foundation for Youth Development is absolutely working in that space. So we've developed a partnership with them, and we work really closely to support their programs that are about enabling kids to get all of those skills that really put them on the pathway to having a great adult life.